Good morning, y'all. Von here with the Vonster vlog, and it is a new day. Randy and I are taking kind of the day off because while we haven't really adhered to anything else on our calendar that's been posted on our business website for the month, today we didn't have anything scheduled, so we're sticking to it. But we are going to put together a shop update and do a couple of other things, but that are not on a time constraint. That way we can actually get our shit together and, I don't know, go grocery shopping, because that desperately needs done, I think. Apparently. We can't just keep eating potatoes forever. Like, not just potatoes. I know.
I beg to differ.
I know. We gotta get some vegetables or something, like... You are right. So what I'm doing, because, and don't get me wrong, I feel like when in a weight loss journey, just because something, for example, oh gosh, okay, how do I make thoughts be together in a way that is communicable? Yesterday I googled if mobility I was trying to find mobility training for beginners who are like plus size but not limited mobility, because other than like having a huge stomach in the way and being like dummy thick everywhere else, I don't have any injuries that are really stopping me from doing anything currently. I don't know, my ankle hurts pretty bad, but that's just, it'll be fine. So, and everything I could find was either like extreme, you're recovering from surgery, or you're elderly, or like very, very impaired mobility, or you're freaking like ninja warrior doing all these like things with your body that I don't even know how to get in that position. And so I was trying to find like a medium ground and couldn't find anything. But you know how Google's like, hey, you Googled this, so you might want to learn about this. And it was like it was some article where people were talking about like it was completely wasted effort to lift weights when you're overweight. And I was like, that doesn't sound right at all, because it's not all just about getting the scale to go down. And that's something that in training for my backpacking trip that I can't believe I successfully not just did, but also edited the video about. I'm almost just as excited about getting that video edited as I am about doing the whole stinking trip. It was easier to hike it than it was to edit it, I do believe. What are your thoughts on that, Randy?
You might be on something.
Over here blowing bubbles in my coffee. But in training for that, I didn't lose any weight, not in a consistently dropped manner. Like I kind of like fluctuated through the same 3 pounds, but sorry, I have coffee at my nose. But my fitness, my baseline fitness, I went from barely being able to walk a mile without having to take like 2 or 3 breaks, a flat mile, mind you. And I could do it, but I didn't like it. Like I didn't die entirely, but I did it. I went from barely being able to do a mile to being able to knock out 3. My ankles hurt the next day, but I was able to do it. And that's like 3 miles only taking like 1 break per mile. And to me, that's no small feat. Like, that's a big deal, like, to me, again. And so even though I didn't see the scale go down, my base level of fitness went up. Same thing with, even though I'm not losing weight, practicing like doing push-ups and yoga and different things like that, it's increasing your strength, your mobility to some extent, even though it's not necessarily specifically mobility training. And it's also like your balance improves, your cardiovascular, because it's basically, I'm walking around with a 100-pound weight vest on my entire body. I'm getting strong off of doing this. So I was baffled to see somebody post that it's wasted effort. And I'm like, I don't think that there is actually wasted effort. Like, if you're like grinding yourself into the ground with like super duper light, like those 1/2-pound dumbbells, and like speed walking for like even then, all of that, I'm like, no, that's not wasted. You're still moving. You're still doing something. It may not be the most efficient route to get to where you want to be going, but you're still doing something. So now I've been doing something for what, 2 months? Have we been like hard training for the backpacking trip, and then it's been the backpacking trip, and now it's almost October. Time is a construct. Oh. I'm going to start doing something smarter. And that is, it boosts more than anything else, fitness, anything. It boosted my confidence in my perception of what I'm even capable of to train from doing just a mile to doing 3 miles in a day, almost every day. So the next step is to actually get my lumberjack eating habits under control. And so again, from whenever, and I actually think I lost the footage of all of the food that I had put together for my backpacking trip, and like the calorie breakdown that I had done for each day. And so I'm taking that same mindset of I'm going to be preparing my food for the week, or at least in 4-day chunks. Because I can do that. Because it feels like doing it every single day, breaking it down like first thing in the morning. Sometimes I've got other crap to do. And if it's not easy and if it's not part of my routine, I just don't do it. Clearly. So I've started going through in my personal day planner, because I also have my work day planner, and just started writing in the food. And I know I have that app on this phone, but I hate my phone, you guys. It's a very good phone. It does all the phone things that I need it to do, but like I hate sitting with my face in my phone all the ding dong day, and I feel like I do that all day every day because I'm a vlogger and I run like 2 online businesses, it feels like at this point, and like just juggling everything, that it's like when I'm holding and looking at my phone, I'm doing work. And so it's very nice. This feels fun. It feels like drawing words in a pleasant manner with a pen on paper. Like this is so much more enjoyable to me, and my brain works a little bit better translating from my brain through my arm and the pen onto the paper, so that I can see it all laid out, and then I go through and I add it into my Fitness Pal. So if I were efficient, I wouldn't be in this mess that I'm in, you guys. I'm just saying. But so that has been my start to the day so far, and this is really exciting. Let me get the phone flipped around so I can show you guys. Okay, so this is today. Ta-da! And I planned it out, and as I was going through, and then the parentheses is what I eat, and then next to it is what Randy's equivalent, because he has his oatmeal a little bit different than I do, and he has his morning soda instead of a coffee. And that's around 400 calories for each of those. But this estimate number, that's from, I put all of these things into my Fitness Pal, which if Future Vaughn remembers to, I'll get a screenshot of the calorie breakdown. But this is my estimate for the day, and then at the end of the day, I'll actually be like, okay, this is what I meant to eat, this is what I did eat. So, and then tomorrow, we're off to a solid start, but we haven't bought the salad stuff yet, and I don't have the calories exactly on those, so I got 1 day in. Wow, great ambition, and then it's like, I'm gonna do it for the whole week 1 day later. But this is a start. We're actually going to be going grocery shopping today and kind of breaking everything up into serving size containers and stuff. So, and I decided we didn't need any more chicken breast and thighs because I think we already have some in the freezer, and I'm trying to eat through. We're trying to eat through, we had gotten quite a few groceries back in like February and restocked all of our shelves and everything, and we've kind of burnt through around the past 6 months worth of food that we had built up. So we're burning through that again, and then we're going to restock for the winter, like restock the deep freeze and everything. So we're gonna do that probably like the big grocery runs in mid to late October, and kind of see how that goes. But off to a pretty good start this day, drinking coffee out of my new mug from my friend Christina. Thank you, Christina. I don't know if you're watching this, but I love and miss you. I love and miss all y'all, by the way. And yeah, busy day. Y'all, I slept in this morning and Randy had fed and watered my rabbits and let my chickens out, and he's just the best. So, yay for Randy. He's just over here looking at me like, why are you doing this? Please stop doing this. Let's get on with our day, y'all. Hey guys, so while I let my oatmeal steep, this is 2 little pouches of oatmeal, 1 raisin date and walnut, and 1 maple and brown sugar, with an additional tablespoon each of milled flaxseed, chopped walnuts. They're pretty bit honkin' chonkin' pieces though, and chopped and pitted dates that have not been sweetened, because some dates they'll like roll it in like sugar or something, it seems like. But and this is around 400 calories, and it tastes like eating like a liquid oatmeal cookie. It really does. Which is horrifying if you don't like oatmeal cookies, but I can dig them. So, but while that steeps, I put like a cup of water in it too, by the way. While that steeps, I wanted to answer Rachel Zaga had a question. Hey Rachel, about my training for the backpacking trip. If I felt like I had done too much or too little, if I should have started sooner, all sorts of stuff. And I think hindsight, fortunately, offers some really good perspective. I should have started sooner. Training 1 month prior is not a good idea. Like, I could have, ideally, if I could have started 6 months prior and built up to it very slow and gradual, because I don't think I'd have been having the problems with my ankles that I am having if I had trained slower but steadier. Going from being almost completely sedentary to walking at least a mile every day. They're still chopping up that tree over there. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm so sorry for the chainsaw noises. If I could have built up to it much slower and steadier, I think I would have had better results and less ankle pain. But everybody's different. So, knowing that everybody's different, it's never a bad idea to be slow and gentle with yourself, but consistent. And being consistent for me over a 6-month period is like, I mean, I basically should just try to invent time travel, because I'm going to get the same results of just, it's not going to work out well. Yeah, I'm not a very consistent person. And I'm working on that, but knowing that about myself, going hard for a whole month while invigorating did make my ankles feel like crap. How did you feel about it, Randy, with the training? Because you held up pretty fine. Like, were you getting shin splints?
At the end, yeah.
At the end, when we were doing like 3 miles per go? Right on. But did you feel like it was overly strenuous otherwise, or?
No.
Right on.
I mean, we stopped when we needed to.
That's true. But yeah, so again, everybody's different. But if I could have, I would have, like, for my next backpacking trip, actually, I am going to give myself a 6-month training period of building up to it. Though honestly, I'd kind of like to always be in training mode, where if we could go on day hikes at least once a month, you know, wearing maybe a small pack, you know, because wearing like the same 3 liters of water, but not necessarily all the extra gear, and just making sure that I'm eating right and hopefully losing weight, because it has to be easier for me personally to lose. Even if I lost 10 pounds, that's 10 pounds less. You know, if I lost 20, if I lost 50, you know, like, and I have 100 pounds to lose. So I'm really excited actually to see what backpacking is like, to not be carrying the extra 100 pounds on my body, in addition to the 45-pound pack, which really the pack was the least of my concerns. Like, it was not, 45 pounds sounds like a whole lot, and it is heavy, but it wasn't as bad as, like, the pack didn't bother me. It was just my ankle hurting and the pace. Like, I couldn't go as fast as everybody, but that's me without a pack. I'm just a slow pony, y'all, like a slow, stubby Shetland pony, trying to keep up with these long-legged thoroughbreds out on the trail. But yeah, so I hope that answered your question, Rachel. But it's yeah, definitely giving myself slower and steadier training would have been a very good idea. And also for anybody else, again, from my super not experienced perspective, I would recommend, if I could go back and talk to my past self, I would recommend going from, like, instead of just doing paved trails and then jumping directly into backpacking, if I could have fit in more like paved trails on this end of the spectrum, backpacking's on this end of the spectrum, fitting in some day hikes on not paved or graveled paths, just to see how that, because if I hadn't had my trekking poles and my boots with excellent ankle support, I'd have died. Like, and that's just on any old day hike that I go on. So it's really great to get a feel for what a mile feels like on a flat paved surface and what a mile feels like when you're, you know, actually trekking through like a hiking trail. So but yeah, I hope that answered your question, Rachel. We're going to get groceries. Yes, I'm vlogging. I'm a vlogger. I'm supposed to do this, I think. Hey, Bells. Hey, Bells. Hey, Bells. You can't see them, but they were there. Do 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 do. I don't know. Clocking in at around 400 calories. This is Randy and I. This all of this on the plate is around 800 or 900 actually, but this half is Randy's and the other half is mine, and we are having meat and cheese sticks, sweet sapphire grapes, and Triscuits. Progress again. We are rearranging again, but we took the leaf out of the table to make it a little shorter so we can still fit through there comfortably, and we're fixing to put a shelf up right there to move all of this stuff onto, so that this can do it. Most of it, yeah. But that way we can have all of our glass station stuff be over there and all of our shipping and processing stuff over here, hopefully. Hey guys, so we just finished up our exclusive live stream for today, and I feel a lot better after the stream. Like, I complained for like the first probably hour of it, but that's fine, right? Oh no. But just trying to process and vent and get through the sludge of the week. It's been a hard week. It's been a hard month this week, but I'm having an ambrosia apple and a packet of peanut butter. Normally I'd cut up the apple and then put like the peanut butter on it, but it's a bite and drizzle kind of day, so this is where we are. Hey pretty kitten. Hey chicken birds. What you doing, pretty kitty? Hmm? No, I want to see you do it.
These are in straight lines.
Well, about that. Define, like, straight lines.
A line in which is straight.
So this is as far as we got this evening. Randy is amazing and tolerated all of my plan changes. But I didn't have my snips out here and we're losing daylight quick. So I'll come out and do the chicken wire probably tomorrow or the next day. But fairy lights are starting to come on. It's time to go in. The chickens have been put to bed. First fatality of the day. It's Randy's boo-boo. He needs like 10,000 mommy kisses. At least. Do what? 20 easy. 20,000? Oh, that's... in this economy, that's rough. Check out that beautiful moon rising. It always looks bigger to my eyes than it does to the camera, but isn't that everything? So dinner is 640 calories. That's 8 ounces of chicken thighs, a serving of Uncle Ben's chicken flavored ready rice, and 2 cups of broccoli, all cooked in a total of a tablespoon of butter. So, and it was actually probably a little bit under that, but I'm not gonna sweat it. And Randy's having the same thing, but he doesn't like chicken thighs, so I made him a chicken breast. Dessert is vanilla chai and 2 Oreos. Boink, boink, boink. Guys, I actually stayed under my calorie goal today. Woot! And I'm gonna go take a bubble bath because my ankle's killing me. And this is the end of today's vlog. I was at like 1,900 and something calories. There's a link to my fitness pal down below if you guys want to be my friend over there and we can quietly, awkwardly stalk each other. Yeah, sure, why not? But I'm gonna go try to find my cat. So keep on keeping on, y'all. Bye.